welcome back to our ongoing series of answering questions that we commonly get from our customers. Today I want to talk to you about conversion rates, what a good conversion rate is, what a conversion rate is, and how to pick what the right conversion for your sales funnel is. So let's get started. Hi, my name is AJ from Bite Size Digital. Today I want to talk to you about everything about conversion rates. So the first thing that I want to touch on is, what is a conversion rate? We use these words all the time in marketing without ever defining them, and that can get really confusing for some customers. So a conversion rate, we did talk about this in our click-through rate video, but I want to go a little more in depth. A conversion rate is simply the percentage of people who came to your page or your sales funnel or your form and they took the action you wanted them to take. They made a conversion. So a conversion is anything that brings someone a step closer to being your client or turns them into a client or customer. It can be filling out a form, it can be signing up for a newsletter, it can be requesting a download, it can be scheduling a call, or it can be making that big purchase. Really, it can be anything you define as a conversion. And sometimes there is a direct monetary value assigned to that action, and sometimes there isn't. You can have multiple conversions in the same sales funnel. So as someone moves through the sales funnel, they're going to convert again and again and again. The nice thing is each time they take a step closer, each time they do take a conversion action, they are more likely to take the next conversion action, which is why sometimes you see a customer journey being pretty long, whereas other times they are really short. But getting that buy-in initially can help, especially if it's a bigger purchase or a big ask that you're making of them. So how do we calculate conversion rate? This one is actually a pretty simple calculation. It is a basic ratio. So if you've ever tried to find the percentage, this is the same thing. Your numerator is going to be the number of people that took the action. Your denominator is going to be the number of people who had the opportunity to take the action. And by that I mean they were on the page or screen that had the form on it. They were in your sales funnel. And then once you get that number, you multiply it by 100 to get your percentage. So how do you choose your conversion action? This is another very common question that we get after we tell people that they buy something isn't always the right answer. So you want to think about the next step in the customer sales journey. So some customer sales journey they are going to be really short. If you are drop shipping items from Alibaba on Facebook or something like that, you're going to post some ads about a specific item. They're going to catch someone's eye and they're going to purchase it. That's a relatively short sales funnel. Actually, it's a very short sales funnel. It's not relatively. But that doesn't work for everyone. Take in contrast someone who is selling a $5,000 masterclass course. That person, it's a big ask, and you want to build a relationship with your customers, your potential customers, and kind of reel them in so that they do want to purchase that $5,000 from you. So when you're thinking about a conversion action, you want to be moving through the sales funnel about what action at each step brings them a step closer to becoming a client. So at the onset of your relationship with them, it might just be, hey, give us your email, sign up for our newsletter, download our guide. And then the next thing might be join our webinar or schedule a free consultation. And then you would have the ask. All three of those would be distinct conversion rates that you would track separately. So that's 3 conversion rates in one funnel right there. But you really have to think about what that next step in the journey is for your customer. And that's going to be your conversion action for that part. And it's really important to choose the right conversion action because it'll help you find out where in your sales journey you need to polish your messaging to entice people to become a client, to take the next step. So, I mean, I listed out some of the most typical ones, but really when you're deciding what the conversion action should be, you really just want to look at what that logical next step is. So in that case, once you've picked your conversion action, what is a good conversion rate? So there is a lot of common knowledge out there. I say that in quotations because I don't agree with it, and I don't think it's actually as common as people think it is. I think it's just they have really good SEO that says that it is above 10%. Now, I would love to have a consistently above 10% conversion rate. It sounds great, but honestly, it's not realistic for some industries. You're kind of going to vary from industry to industry about what a good conversion rate is. And as you optimize, as you hone your skills at marketing, that conversion rate should be going up as you are targeting the right person at the right time in the right place and getting in front of them and really leading them on the correct journey, and you're optimizing your sales funnel. But if you go into marketing initially with, oh, I need a 10% conversion rate, you are going to get burnout. You are going to get discouraged. 1 to 3% is the actual average. And that is something to shoot for when you are starting out, when you're just running ads, when you're getting your sales funnel going. That 1 to 3 is perfectly good. Now at that point, it's a numbers game. I mean, obviously higher is better, but don't get discouraged if you're not getting there. And the more numbers you can get into your sales funnel, the more data you have to go with. Now, I'm not saying just like open the floodgates. Don't just like blast everyone who is of purchasing age with your messaging. That is not going to help you. You do want to keep with your avatar, your customer avatar or persona, and be going after them. But, you know, you might need higher numbers to be able to get good data. So some things to keep in mind. The more traffic you drive to your page, the better odds you have of converting people. That just is what it is. As long as it's qualified traffic. Like I said, don't just say my customers, everyone, hey, Facebook, take my money and run this ad to everybody who's between the ages of 16 and 25 in the United States. That's not going to get you good data. However, don't narrow in too much when you're just getting started, because you do want those kind of outliers from your avatar to come in and help you get the numbers you need to process data. You want to use a data collector like Hotjar, Microsoft Clarity. We've talked about Google Analytics in the past, but Hotjar, I can't remember the name of the other one off the top of my head. It actually tracks people as they're on your page and creates a heat map and a click map for you to see how people are interacting. It will also record people's sessions so you can see how they're moving around the page to see where maybe you are losing people in the messaging or the setup of the page. And then also don't get discouraged. Marketing takes a long time. Like I said, that 1 to 3% starting out is the average. That means there are people who get lower than that, and there are people who get higher than that. But it might not work the first time, and you just need to make sure you're keeping that in mind when you're running any ads or when you're looking at the funnel. Adjust. Always be changing things. Always try to be improving, but keep moving forward. Don't get discouraged. Don't give up. It can take months to finally hit that like right recipe of things to do to get people to convert. And so I don't want you to get too hung up on the little things. And really that is all there is about conversion rates in isolation. As we move forward, I'll be doing some different videos about how to bring this all together and make sure that you're making holistic decisions for your campaigns. But for now, that's what there is on conversion rates. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.